Well, hello there. Welcome to another book review by Big Guy in a Bow Tie. Today we're going to review 25 Yards of War by Ronald Drez. And I have the book. You can see I have the book in physical copy right here. And really when I look at this book, I love history books. I love history books. I was a history teacher. There's a reason that they're really a big part of my collection. I've had 25 Yards of War for a long time, and what I've kind of started doing book reading is rereading a book and then getting a new book. And so kind of trading off, and it's really added to kind of my knowledge, having to go back and see some of the books I really love. And what I've come to about war books, and because I love learning about the courage of people and kind of how people went through the war. And really when I started reading those, I loved the generals. And part of that is my upbringing in the South where like some of the Southern generals, no matter what you think of them as people, were larger than life figures in that war. People like Stonewall Jackson and Robert E. Lee and Ulysses Grant and Sherman are all larger than life figures. You get into World War II, there's some of those too. There's people like Patton and Eisenhower. But really what I've come to is some of my favorite books are actually books that are a compilation of stories from lots of different places and then give you lots of perspectives on the war. And that's exactly what this book is. It's a compilation of stories from lots of different perspectives, lots of different people that really bring the war kind of full circle. And I think for this war, especially for the World War II, it's really the way to go because there were so many different avenues and so many different places that people went and fought part of the war, and so many different things that people participated in, that there's hundreds and thousands and even probably millions of stories of U.S. soldiers going through this war. And that's what this one is. It looks at things like the Battle of the Bulge from a soldier's perspective. It looks at some of the submarine battles and some of the air battles and carrier battles in the Pacific. It looks at some of the island landings as well. So it's a great way to really learn about the war in kind of an easy to read fashion because those stories are pretty self-contained. They're contained within a few pages. Great book. I highly recommend it. And I really enjoyed rereading it and probably will again within the next year or so.